We are in Acts 9. We're starting with verse 7. The men who were traveling with him stood speechless, hearing the voice but seeing no one. Saul rose from the ground, and although his eyes were open, he saw nothing. So they led him by the hand and brought him to Damascus. And for 3 days he was without sight, neither ate nor drank. It seems Saul was so shaken by the experience that he was unable to eat or drink for 3 days. All Saul could do was simply sit in a blind silence. This was a humbling experience, and a time when Saul must have challenged all his previous ideas about God and who God was and how God wanted to be pleased. In 3 days of blindness and deprivation, Saul was dying to himself. It would only be after 3 days of dying inside that he would receive a resurrection from Jesus. Now, there was a certain disciple in Damascus named Ananias, and to him the Lord had said in a vision, Ananias, and he said, Here I am, Lord. So the Lord said to him, Arise and go to the street called Straight, and inquire at the house of Judas for one called Saul of Tarsus. For behold, he is praying. And in the vision, he has seen a man named Ananias coming in and putting his hand on him that he might receive his sight. Now we begin there with, now there was a certain disciple at Damascus named Ananias. We don't know anything about Ananias from either before or after the meeting with Saul. We don't know how he came to Damascus or what happened to him afterwards. From what we do know, we can think of him as an average follower of Jesus, a certain disciple. To him, the Lord said in a vision. God spoke to Ananias in a completely different way than he spoke to Saul. Saul had a bold, almost violent confrontation from God, but Ananias heard the voice of God sweetly in a vision, where God called Ananias to obediently respond, to say, Here I am, Lord, is a perfect response to God. Now you look at this, and in the case of Ananias, the vision from God was specific. He told him about the specific street, the specific house, specific man, the specific thing the man was going to do, that he was praying, and the specific vision the man had had. And in the vision, he had seen a man named Ananias. So we're going to pick up there with this average Christian called to do something that became extraordinary in a man named Saul, who would later be called